She makes like video content of old games, like
I'm sorry,
Juggernaut.
baby.
If you're gonna have these conversations, can you please let me know?
I'm sorry.
They're being insanely loud.
I am. I'm sorry. I was too loud, guys.
I gotta feel in trouble.
I'm sorry. My wife wants to go to sleep. I'm sorry, guys.
Oh, that's the other thing, too. And I should say this, too, as we're about to end talking about this and start with Mega Man, okay? Since the incident or the fappening or whatever you want to call it from a decade ago, so many people have done things way more embarrassing than that on the internet. Some accidentally, like me, and some completely intentionally. There have been people who have completely exposed themselves on the internet because they thought that would get them attention. There's people who take their shirts off, who do embarrassing things, who get tattoos on their body, who said awful things, who have done awful things, all because they think acting a fool is their claim to fame on the internet that's going to give them their 15 seconds of fame or infamy or whatever. And that's going to propel them to some kind of notoriety, and they're going to be, you know, like, pertinent forever. All right? 10 years ago, the reason that my occurrence was such a big deal is because that kind of stuff didn't happen all the time. In the last decade, it's almost become normalized behavior. Do you know what I'm saying? People are doing it on purpose to make money and get attention for themselves, and it's fucking embarrassing. You know, the reason that my moment was notable is because it was an accident and everyone knew how embarrassing it really was. But now these people have no shame. They have absolutely no morals, no values. It's get over by any means necessary because I never intended to have a legit presence anyway. I'm just a clown. So that's the thing. You say, oh, well, you'll never live it down. You're right. It'll always be my most embarrassing moment ever, and it will stand in history. But at the same time, if you just take a look at the last decade, tons of people have done far worse, and that's why it's just not a big deal. You know, if it had stayed like, oh my God, the most embarrassing thing, but it's not. So many idiots have done embarrassing things way worse than that it's just nothing. It doesn't even matter anymore. It's like, wait, what? That's really what happened? You watch the moment back and you're like, this is nothing. There's no audio. It's a terrible camera. You can't see anything. You can't tell what's happening, right? It's over in a minute. Then he plays it off like it never even happened and he actually streamed. Like, what exactly is the big deal here? What about this guy who pulled his whole pants down publicly on stream? What about this guy who showed his butthole? What about this guy who takes his shirt off? What about this one? What about this one? Who are all far worse things, right? It's only morons who hyperfixate who would ever even think about or talk about it in the modern day. Like, seriously. Why didn't I stop the stream and delete the video on demand at that point? Did you think you would play it off no one would notice? There was no point. See, that's the thing. I knew that no matter what I was doing, that there were people who were recording it. So it didn't matter if I stopped the stream, if I shut it down, whatever. Who cares? It's going to be all over the fucking internet anyway. So who gives a shit? Just go on with your day. And that's exactly what I did. And some people are so blown away that that's what I did. I can't believe that he continued on with that stream. I can't believe that he actually went on with his day. I can't believe that he kept playing Neo, one of the hardest fucking games at the time. He was playing Neo, right? It's like, yeah, who gives a shit? Really? And that's when people say, oh, he doesn't have thick skin or whatever. You have no idea how thick my fucking skin is. With all the shit that's said and done about me every single day, and I ignore the vast majority of it. You know, the only time I even address it is someone specifically brings it up in the stream or whatever. But I don't care. I really don't give two shits about any of these morons or any of it. You know, I just go on with my day and say, oh, well, what's the next thing we're doing? Who cares? Oh, no, not him again. A $2 super chat says, why do detractors think you're a cult leader? I don't know. That harkens all the way back to my early days as a YouTuber. For those who don't know, when I started on YouTube, within a year of me just making videos, this was before I even monetized the video. and I was making no money doing it. Someone was disgruntled because they got either like moderated in my comments or banned on my website. And they made an account called DSP Cult Leader on YouTube and started coming up with cockamamie conspiracy theories that, get this, I was trying to brainwash children on the internet. I was like some demented Pied Piper of children to corrupt children and turn them into like crazy swearing degenerates. And that if you let your kid watch my videos, your kid will become like a criminal. Like, I'm not kidding. That's what this guy was saying in his content. And the funny part was everyone was like, number one, that's ridiculous. You know, don't let your kids watch adult content on the internet. That's the responsibility of the adult, not the streamer making the content, right? That's number one. But number two, what are you even talking about? Because again, it wasn't my job back then. So even if what you're saying is true, to what end? Because he's not making money on it or anything. So what are you even saying? Are you insane? Like, there's no business plan here where Phil benefits if that were the case. So what the fuck are you talking about? Right? So who knows? Who fucking knows what really is going on there? Today, how you could think I'm a cult leader, I have no idea. I have no clue because I don't do anything, like I don't do any kind of content that would be considered like cult following-esque or anything like that. You know what I mean? I just play games and chill. That's my content. Soul at 2 a.m., thanks for $5. Says, at least you don't force your dog to stay in one spot with a shot collar. Do you see what I'm saying? There are so many people since the last decade has happened, right, that have done such awful, degenerate, terrible fucking things on the internet. And a lot of times it was done on purpose and intentionally to get attention. It's not like, oh, it was an accident that was embarrassing. These are people who actually did things on purpose to get noticed. Why would you be talking about my incident from 10 years ago in 2026 when there's so much more that has happened since? You know what I'm saying? Ladies and gentlemen, it is official. Are you ready for this? I have received a $100 tip, and this person says, long live the king. Cheers. Are you all ready? It has happened. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time to Mega Bust Live. There you go. Very nice. Very nice. There you go. Specially designed and handcrafted. Thank you for an anonymous $100 tip, whoever that was. Let's get that up on the leaderboard, obviously. So, number one, I owe you a shot, because I said I would take a shot if we got a giant contribution, and we just did. So let me go ahead and take that shot, like I promised.